So as you all know, I really do like the use of magnetic couplers. They offer a really good way of pulling wagons around and what have you, especially in fixed rakes. If you want to get them close together or whatever, and it's easier for them to separate. But if you want to do shunting and you want to have a long heavy train, then they do have limitations. Obviously the longer and heavier the train is, the magnets will eventually shear and come apart. So I've been looking at this method. I think it's called the Brian Kirby method. And as you see on the underside, you have a shocking bit, absolutely appalling camera work there. On the underside of this here wagon, we have a paper clip, which I've soldered to the little drop down arm or shank, if you will. We placed a magnet in the track as well. A bit of blue tack for now, we'll paint that up and you'll better notice it. But the cool thing about it is when your train runs over it, you back it up just at the right spot, and when tension alleviates the spring, it uncouples. Really cool way of doing things, and it's essentially free, bar the cost of magnets and paper clips. That's it. Super reliable as well. So let's have a look at converting a wagon first and foremost, because you do need these type of couplings, partly because the hooks on them are metal, but they're not magnetic. If the hooks are magnetic themselves, you get all kinds of issues with polarity and pulling and things. It doesn't seem to work. So these ones seem to be the right way forward. So the first job is to standardise the tension lock couplings on the layout with these, and then go from there. So let's have a look at that process, shall we? From, if we can, start to finish. So the first victim is going to be these little Hornby stone, meant to be 16 ton or 12 ton mineral wagons, whatever they are. Just a basic generic thing, but on the underside you'll notice they've got the old style fixed couplings on there, although they have come with metal wheels, which was nice. The details aren't too bad either, and if you weather these up, you can actually get them looking really nice. There, for example. But anyway, I digress. So the first part of the method is, now this is going to be a long fixed rake of wagons. It's not going to be often that I shunt one or two of them, so I only really need the end coupling converted. So there's two ways I can do it. I can either chop and shop this and add a new coupling to it, or the Bachmann ones that we spoke about earlier, or I can just take the hook off, so we're just left with the drawbar, and I can convert the back of a locomotive like I've done with the Bachmann Class 8 shunter here. That's an option we've got there. So for example here, when I've got the locomotive on this bit of the track, it can shunt into the depot and then leave them where they are. So that's an option you've got, but I'd like to, I think, convert the full wagon, really. So it's a good practice. So looking at the underframe there, bit of work to do, so we'll do a bit of trimmage and we'll get cracked on. Okay, so this next bit shows me just preparing the coupling hooks for the soldering. I've actually lost a good 20 minutes of footage here converting the wagon because the camera was positioned incorrectly. So here we are. All I'm doing is scraping the thin layer of paint off of the hook to allow the solder to stick better to the hook when we eventually get to that part. What you may need to do is slightly trim the drop down part of the hook to allow it to clear points of one of you, depending on how high the wagon base that you're modifying sits
above the rails. So do keep that in mind.
Now that, get your paper clip, dip one end in your flux. I find that you want a really good flux for this. Something that's going to really help that material, help the solder bite. Soldering iron. Paperclip holderators, and then with your 17 pairs of hands, hold it to it and solder it on. Here we are. So one's done. Another one. Done. My soldering ability isn't the best, but even my ability is good enough for this. So make sure that you've got a good contact area. Want the surface area clean as you can, really. A good hot soldering iron. My soldering iron is all this shit. It cost me £8 from I think it was Lidl or Aldi, one of the two. As you can imagine, it ain't the best in the world. Can't imagine it making much of a difference, to be fair, with me holding it in place or this holding it in place. I'm not really sure if it will. Okay. Let's see if this makes any difference. Setting it like this. Plenty of flux on there. Plenty of solder. Let's have a look. See if it makes any difference whatsoever. Have a good angle to get in there with, because now I can't get the angle right. Look at that. That worked, didn't it? Maybe I should have done that from the start. But there we are. Right. Right then. That was the comparatively hard part. Easy part, should I say. Our wagon. Got a paper over there for whatever reason. And as you see, put it on the layout. And the magnet picks it up, but it's too low. It's catching on points, so it needs a bit of work, a bit of bending. It's dealing with the points better now. Just a bit more. Needs just a bit more. Bending more back, just bending that paper clip back. Yeah, okay. Just a bit more bending and we'll be good to go. There we are. See how it's catching there? Okie dokie. After much faffing about, it's done. There we are. It's not perfect. I need to do a few finishing touches. But the idea behind it is, let's just imagine this is our train. Our train will back up over the magnet, which will lift up. Out comes, shunt back into it to collect it, pull it away, shunt over it slowly, lifts up, out it comes. Simple as that. We've also done the same to one of the new ICA tankers, so the full rake can be dropped there. Superb. All I need to do is put another magnet here and grout that out so that when I can unload things in the second bay, and that will be about the limit, and there's just enough clearance to get past, so I'm jolly happy with that. We're going to be doing some weathering as requested soon. Weathering these, look how shiny they are, weathering them. So until then folks, thanks for watching, I'll see you all soon. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the usual stuff. Cheers now, bye bye.